Hello everyone, Chaz and Omaha here. Once a trio enters their 40s, some endgame bosses will become possible. Nagafen, Vox, Yale, and Finagil. Then when a trio reaches level 46, they will find themselves able to enter the various planes, Hate, Fear, and Sky. It's at these points the endgame begins, and today I'd like to point out many fun or particularly impactful items you can work towards as you progress. Several of these items will remain important through level 60. One of these items will likely remain important forever. First, we'll take a look at the Plane of Hate. The first item you'll see in chronological order in the zone is the Encyclopedia Necrothurgia from the Ashenbone Broodmother. This is the Necromancer pet focus item. Next, we have the Staff of Elemental Mastery, Earth and Fire from Magi Pitasa. These are the mage pet focuses for the tank and caster variants. Next, we have Kellen's Lute from the Maestro of Rancor. This has String Resonance 14, 140% increased string songs. It affects 2 out of the 3 Bard AoE dots, along with Niv's Preservation and Shield of Songs, along with Cantata. Finally, Shield of the Immaculate, from Lord of Ire. This functionally makes you immune to slow. It frees up a spell gem slot so you don't have to have Cure Disease there, and it saves you quite a bit of mana. This item will likely see use forever in EQLegends. So here we are in Plane of Hate. This is where you start. You go through this little gateway here, and there's 2 chests you kill here. And the very first item can spawn right here. If this is an Ashenbone Broodmother or something, a derp dragon looking thing, it can drop the Encyclopedia Necrothurgia, which is the focus for Necropets. Next, you turn to your left, and you'll find either Magi Pitasa or Corsair Tavala here. I don't know if Corsair Tavala can drop it, but I know Magi Pitasa can drop the Staff of Elemental Mastery, Earth and Fire, which is good for mage focuses. Next, we go up this. You'll fight some Dark Elves up here. There's some random stuff in the corner. And then right here, there will be the Maestro of Rancor. He drops Kellen's Lute, which is the best stringed instrument for bards. And then right here, this can either be the Lord of Loathing or the Lord of Ire. If it's the Lord of Loathing, you can just ignore him and leave him there because his loot sucks. And if it's the Lord of Ire, you want to kill him because he drops the best item in Classic, which is the Shield of the Immaculate. The Shield of the Immaculate is insane because it's an instant click disease dispel that'll work basically forever, and that also happens to cure slows on you. Next up, we've got Plane of Fear. The first item we care about here is called the Bone Clasp Girdle. This drops from the Dracolich. It has focus effect Burning Affliction 3, which is very powerful for dots. This will last you through level 60. And then we also have the Amulet of Necropotence from Khazad-Thul. Normally this is a very powerful dispel protection item. In EQLegends, it's just kind of a fun toy to enable Skeleman mode. As a bonus, if you are Ixar, it uses Ixar skeleton models. Okay, so here we are in Plane of Fear. This is approximately where you start. And you're going to want to go outside of this ring of fear, this ring of fire, and there will be trash mobs at regular intervals, commensurate with where the golems are, and you'll have to fight your way through. The targets that we care about for items in Plane of Fear, the first one is the Dracolich, and he's right at the base of the stairs beneath Khazad-Thul, which is right over here. You don't want to take the route I'm taking right now. You want to go around the outside, otherwise you're going to train the crap out of yourself. He will spawn right about here, and he drops the Bone Clasp Girdle. Now, the Bone Clasp Girdle has really good stats in and of itself, and it's totally wearable, but it also has Burning Affliction 3. And with how strong dots are right now, it is a very, very strong item, and you're going to want to get it. And then our other item here is right up at the top of the temple. Khazad-Thul will be chilling up here, and he drops the Amulet of Necropotence. Normally, the Amulet of Necropotence is a game-breaking item by providing some of the best dispel protection in the game. In this particular version of the game, it doesn't really matter that much, and it's just kind of for fun, you know, to be a skeleton and cackle when you cast spells. Next, we come to the Plane of Sky. First, we're going to take a trip to the quest room. We'll start ourselves off with the Necklace of Resolution. This is the Cleric Promise Renewal Clicky. Then we have Denon's Horn of Disaster. This is Brass Resonance 14 for 140% increase brass song effect. Likely only useful currently for Disruptive Discord AoE dot. Then we have Staff of Elemental Mastery Air. This is the focus for the Mage Pet, the Monk variant. Finally, we have the Fiery Avenger. This is arguably the closest thing to an epic quest in Classic. It has a sick fiery graphic, and hopefully we can rip the look off of this weapon soon as an exaltation. Finally, outside of the quest room, we have the Ifriti War Spear. It's from any of the 3 Ifriti bosses, and it is the best rogue backstab weapon. They're kind of disgusting, guys. Whee! Ah, what? Camera, quit trolling me. Okay, here we are in East Freeport Harbor. This is how you get into Plane of Sky. You just click this little orb right here. So here we are in Plane of Sky. When you first get here and you don't have any keys, you're going to want to go to the Keymaster, and you can buy the Quest Island key for free from him. And then you go north to get to the Quest Island. Alright, so here we have the Quest item room. There's basically just a whole bunch of genies in here that represent the various classes. If you want to know the specifics of each class, you're going to want to go to the EQLegends wiki and just look up Plane of Sky, because it's too complicated to remember what each thing is. The items that are really important from here, we have the Cleric PR Clickneck, we have the Fiery Avenger for the Paladin. You're also going to want to look up that quest on the wiki if you want to do that quest. We have the Mage's Staff of Elemental Mastery Air, and then you can also get the Denon's Horn of Disaster for Bards, which is the best brass instrument. Okay, so from the first island, to get to the first Ifriti, which is where you want to go to get the best backstab weapon in the game, you go to the west teleporter pad, and click up, and then you will see the first Ifriti standing there, and there is a patrolling Bladestorm. When you pull him, you're going to pull a Bladestorm no matter what now, I think. But don't worry, you can just slow the Bladestorm, slow the Dejorn, and kill them both, and hopefully you get the spear. If you don't get it from this guy, I will show you the other 2 locations where you will get the Ifritis. In order to get the other 2 Ifritis, though, you do need to kill this one first. Alright, so this is Island 4. This is where you start. You certainly turn to your right and run over here, and if you've killed the first Ifriti, you will see the second Ifriti right there. You don't actually need to kill any of these Griffins or Pegasi to pull this guy, you just kind of need to time it. Like right now, if I pulled him, I'd be safe. And then you'd want to drag him like all the way over here. And hopefully you get your backstab weapon. Alright, so here we are on Island 8. This is where the final Ifriti spawns, if you've killed the second one. He will patrol from about where I am, all the way around the outside of the island. And he is KOS, unlike Aya Vishan. So you want to make sure and stand right about there on Island 7 and watch for when he's patrolling down this way before you port up. And then I would suggest you pull him when he's right around here, and then just fight him over here. Be careful you don't stand on this port pad, because you don't need to click this. It'll auto-port you as soon as you touch it. And hopefully you'll get your backstab weapon from him. Next we can go to the hole. In here we can find the Earthshaker from Master Yale. This is the best primary weapon proc in Classic. Druids also have a level 30 proccable version, but that would require your primary weapon to be druid usable, and you'd need to be a druid. Alright, so here we are in the hole for Master Yale. If you don't know where the voidling for this is, it's above the giant hole next to Payneal. And this boss drops the Earthshaker weapon, which has probably the best primary weapon proc in Classic, and I would imagine most people that can use it will be using it. So you want to be very careful when you come into here, because this guy or this guy over here, or one of these guys patrols here, and if you're on a higher difficulty, they might aggro you right around here and then train you with everything in here. Other than that, you just kind of like, you can just kind of scooch on this wall, even on D4, and then just run over here and pull him and just fight him over here. I mean, he's probably going to aggro, right? If I just pull him, I can probably just charm it after I pull the boss, right? Let's start in defense so this is less annoying. Slow. Okay, he's slowed. Now we'll walk over here. Charm this guy. Ah! I don't even know where I am right now. Oh, okay, I'm in the corner. That's fine. Where's the boss? Oh, there he is. That was pretty funny. Now we move on to Nagafen's Lair for Lord Nagafen. Here you get Cello's Drums of the March, Percussion Resonance 14, meaning 140% increased single target dots. Also, he drops Orb of Tishan. This is a solid offhand proc to assist with magic resist, particularly Bard Slow. Only Bard, Necro, Wizard, Mage, and Enchanter can use this proc, however. Alright, so here we are in Sol B to get to Nagafen. Bum bum bum. Can I do this without forgetting how to get there? Wait, where's the rock? There it is. There's the rock. Okay, so you go left. And then you go left again to get to Nagafen, right? And then there's a path to the right. Now, I know there's a way to go through the lava, but I tried it one time. I'm going the wrong way now, aren't I? I'm going the wrong way. I'm a dummy. Here we go. This is what we wanted. Is this right? This is right. You want to go through that side. Here we go. This is the room we're looking for. I saw a guy sit full Berserker stance as Berserker Cleric Shaman, but he was taking damage. Shaman helps with it a little bit with Chloro, right? Shaman dots did more damage. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about Shaman. If you're trying to do damage with a Shaman, the Shaman's probably going to do a lot of damage. It'll consume your mana, but it'll do damage. Alright, here we are in Nagafen's Lair. If you're not something with Feign Death, you're going to need to fight your way through these giants, and it's kind of a big giant PETA. However, if you do have Feign Death, you can do what I'm about to do, which is run through like a maniac. And then Feign Death. From Nagafen, we get... Oh, crap. Did he just stun me? Oh, he did the Elnerix thing. Oh, I'm just, like, stuck here. Oh, my God. Oh my god. From Nagafen, you get the best percussion instrument in the game, which is particularly important for bards because all of their damaging dots are percussion. And you get the Orb of Tishan, which is a really good weapon proc for your offhand for any combo that doesn't have Tishan. However, only bard plus all 4 int casters can use the orb in a weapon. Oh my god, this Elnerix thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mistakes were made, boys. Run! Run! Okay, now right here is where you want to feign death. And the reason why you want to feign death right here is because you generally want to stop and kill these 2 giants plus the Rokill. I say that because this is a really convenient giant to charm for killing Nagafen. We're going to allure him. Wait, hang on. Hold that thought. We need to get our haste. We need to get our haste on our bars. Invis ain't doing shit in here. Alright, so now you want to charm the giant you left up so that you can use him to beat Nagafen up. And it saves you a lot of time because the giants do a lot of damage. I'm going to haste my giant because I'm a maniac. Also... So now, when you pull this boss, do not run directly up the center of the stairs here. Go to the left and stay LOS behind this pillar. Click on the dragon, send your pet in, and then follow the boss in. You can even go up here and he won't aggro you like this. We're just gonna get our slow off while while the dragon fights him. Alright, he's got slow on, so now we can tank. And then you want to spin the boss around so that the giant's punching him in the booty. And he runs on D0 too. See you later, bro. Next, we can take a trip over to Permafrost Keep for Lady Vox. She drops one very important item, White Dragon Hide. This item is used for the quest for the White Dragon Scale Cloak. It's a decent cloak, but more importantly, it has the improved damage 3 focus effect. This focus effect will last you through level 60. Alright, so here we are for Lady Vox. You can kind of do the same thing here as what you do with Nagafen. And just kind of run through these guys if you want to. and Feign, although apparently they don't see invis. Apparently they don't see invis, so that's a thing. Now you have to be careful of these floor traps. You can see them on the map here in the bottom corner. You want to go up a certain route so that you avoid the floor traps. This guy sees invis apparently. Ah! Oh yeah, and you don't want these guys to knock you back into the floor traps, so we're gonna fight this guy against the wall here, I guess. Alright, so if you're not a charm class, this room's kind of a giant pain in the butt because there's a Priest of Nagafen in there with Vox. Now, what I've seen people do is you can aggro them and run out, and you can fight the giant out here. I don't know if that's really worth it because I haven't done Vox personally because it doesn't really have loot that I want. However, I'm just going to run in because I have charm. We're just going to target the giant right here, and we're just going to charm the giant. Charm. Charm the giant. There we go. And then we slow her. Now, Vox only has one item of any importance, in my opinion, which is the White Dragon Scale. Not only is it used for the Bard Epic, if we get the same Bard Epic, but it's also used for the White Dragon Scale Cloak. The White Dragon Scale Cloak has Imp Damage 3, which means it will be useful all the way through level 60. And the final raid target we have for this list is Finangel Atropos in Kedge Keep. Before you come here, I highly recommend you kill Hayden in Kinos Hills for the Fishbone Earring. That way you have Enduring Breath that you don't have to worry about. I would also recommend you find a video guide on navigating to the Voidling in Kedge Keep, as that place is pretty terrible. Finangel has pretty trash drops when you're not able to do epic quests, but he does have the Staff of Elemental Mastery Water, which is the mage DPS focus for the rogue variant. And it's potentially an epic piece for the mage epic. Charm. Okay. They resisted a lure, so I guess charming these is not a thing. Now we know. Charming these is not a thing, guys. He sees me, so we need to swim down right here. We need to go into first person for this. There we go. There we go. Well, we slowed Finny. That's all that matters. I'm gonna put my theory to... Yeah, they would have killed him already by now, right? Alright, hey, so we got the good item. We got the good item that's not the staff. This proc is a rogue-only proc, but it is pretty good. So other than the water staff, this is like the other good drop that he can have. And then the water staff is like the thing you actually want. And finally, we have two other quests that are definitely worth mentioning. As with Plane of Sky and White Dragon Scale Cloak, I would look these items up on the EQLegends wiki for a walkthrough. First, we have the Soulfire. It is the Paladin Promise Renewal Clicky. Second, we have Reaper of the Dead, a Shadow Knight Promise Renewal Clicky.